Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, seems like I can be heard loud and clear. Hello, 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 everyone. And welcome to another stream of Fate Grand Order. We're going to be continuing Avalon today. But first, let's have our greetings a little bit, since we have some folks showing up. Hi, Katya. Hi, Super Edge Lord. Hi, Murder. Ahoy. A hoot. Ahoy, even. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you like that little, goofy thing. Ina made a couple for me. And, Indy. Oh, thanks for the 80 stream streak, Katya. Do I not have a stream streak pop-up? Huh, I thought I would. I'll have to double check if that's even an option. Anyways, congrats on the 80 stream streak. So glad you've decided to hang around so often. Yeah, Ina made that for me, along with 2 other variations. Let me... Jean just be strutting out the games since their update. Hi, Mr. Mustache. What do you mean What do you mean? Wait. Hold on. What are you on about? Explain. Is there some context I'm missing here? Giggling right now? Just that they're hot shit in Jelter's case, literally. Sauce? Are we talking cosplay stuff here? Some more art? What's going on? What's going on? So I'm in the metro because I was hanging out with a friend. Uh-huh. And crazy guy approach. Basically, I promoted. Who did you? Well, one thing I learned is that Jelter got a new interlude. Caught me by surprise. We'll probably check that out when I can sit down. Oh, I should if she got a new interlude, I should probably be able to do that on my main account. I've seen it on the interlude list, but I didn't know that that was a new one. Also, it's crazy that you just promoted me to a random person. New to me anyways. Had her about 5 years, so I noticed. Well, let's take a quick look at it. I can't do it here because I need to do an interlude and a pseudo-singularity 1. So even with the lax restrictions, I can't do it on this one. Doesn't say when it came out, though. Also been doing these interludes off stream because that embargo said, oh yeah, you can't do interludes on stream anymore. He approached us with questions about dating apps. Tell them they're problematic. Or they can be problematic. That some people have success on them, but as a whole, the industry is very much in favor of you not finding an actual match. Because if you find one, you won't use the product anymore. And there's also, and this goes for almost every dating site, there is a huge disparity of the user numbers. There's for male to female that make it extremely difficult. Told him what we were gonna eat. We were gonna eat him. Best dating advice for anyone just using apps: go outside. Yeah, why use apps when you can use appetizers? That was really lame. Also, have they added the advanced quest Saints Quartz yet? They have not. I know they're going to. I just didn't know if they did or not yet. I haven't done that many yet. I'm outside, never gonna leave again. I mean, going outside sucks. There are people outside. Not yet, but I've been clearing them as they come, aside from the few on quest. The recent ones are really doable. I'll have to check them out. Also, this is my Saints Quartz count for when that Biomart banner drops. I got 175 on this account. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 5 pulls. Or 511 pulls. 5 more Saints Quartz and we'll be able to get a 611 pull. Like if you have Morgan, she completely wipes the Night Metal Advanced quest, and for Kiyohime and get any male DPS, give them invincibility pierce, she's done. Sounds like a job for Sherlock Holmes. You want Morgan too? Yeah, Katya tried for Morgan, but also at the same time, Katya is towards the end of Orleans, so she has a lot that she can get through to build up Saints Quartz. And even if you don't get her now, she's certain to have runs in the future. And this coming summer will be the Fairy Night Cup. Theon was an annoying one. He has a passive 50k heal per turn that only goes away when he's charmed. And it's only 10k gone per charm, so you have to do it 5 times. Oof. Oof. You have to either do that or surpass a 50k threshold per turn, which is already difficult. Silence! I'm just being honest with you. I'm trying to be encouraging. Crying, shaking, scratching the walls. Like, if you don't get her now, there'll be other chances, but at the same time, you have a lot of content you can slice your way through for some Saints Quartz. I mean, look at all this shite. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this. You're here. Problem is the charm doesn't always proc, even when he's supposedly weak to it. Eventually he said screw it and sent a bookie into crit kill in 1 turn. Then you have these extra ones here too. Oh wait, no, that was the same one. This one. Yeah, then you have these extra ones here too. So you have plenty of stuff that you can fight through. And you got about 5 more days. Yeah, it ends on the 7th, right? Yeah, 5 more days. Why does this one end before that? That's so weird. I guess this is related to the Fairy Night Cup coming out, but like, didn't this start before this one? I want to say? Maybe it did start after, and I'm just an idiot. Also, who the hell is pulling on that, Attilia banner? I mean, I guess someone who really likes her. Because, like, no one is pulling for Steno. And they're all general pool servants. I mean, so is Jean, but like, I had vested interest in that. Also, Caster Giles is story locked, so there's creative sense, but I've gotten her MP4 from Spooks alone, so I'm good, yeah. I'll be back in 20 minutes, need to get home. Okie dokie. But yeah, she seems to pop up relatively often enough in Spooks that I don't know if anyone would actually go out of their way to roll in this banner. Because they sure as hell aren't rolling for Steno. A lot more decent now that she's got a battery. Still for Artoria and Morgan, though. Yeah, and Artoria's general pool, but seems to show up a lot less often, in my experience. And Morgan's limited, so that's a different conversation. Mordred, well, Mordred's also limited. That's also a different conversation. Mordred's general? I thought she was a limited servant. What the fuck? Mordred. FGO. Man! Hold on, let's see. And it doesn't give the disclaimer at the top. There's usually things that say, oh, they're in general pool or whatever. Where's... Then again, the disclaimer would be at the top for if this was a limited servant. Anyways. Huh. I don't know if I've ever gotten a Mordred spook. Maybe once, but that had been already after I actively pulled for her on my main account. Oh, anyways, I should probably do my little last time on Fate Grand Order. We crossed a very dangerous river with Drachna, a fairy that usually he captures men and as their mates and women as their wet nurses so that they can spawn babies. But babies don't exist in fairy Britain, so they are without purpose. Meanwhile, Mash was at the fall of Sherfield, and after the loss of two of her friends and her political marriage with Boggart came to a close with his passing, with him realizing valuable life lessons. She's now also on her way to Northwich. We're on our way there to stop the Calamity. And that's where we'll pick up today, this time on Fate Grand Order. From deep inside the dark pit and center of Avalon LaFay. Hey, Vegeta! Makes you feel better. Never got spooked by Vlad. I think all my Vlad pulls have been spooks. Because I never actively pulled for him. But I've also, like, never actively sought him either. Anyways, let's shimmy on over here. Also be lurking, probably chime in every now and then. Day off, so I'm using to clean my apartment. Ooh, fun, fun, fun. Alright, let's first accessorize. Get the outfit going. Spider eyes. And then we'll pose. God, I'm hot. Check a few things right quick. Hold on, my laundry finished up. Gotta see if it's dry yet. Alright, I'm back. Got on my warm hoodie. Saw some slight dampness and some crevices, but oh well, oh well. Let's get on with the show. That's a lot of nodes. Goddamn. Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, old man, how's that armor repair I asked you for coming along? That I finished it ages ago. Only took me 2 days to rehab the whole thing. I know you've been taking care of it, but it's time to put it to pasture. If I were you, I'd stop by the brass shop, choose a new set already. You roast apples here? Doesn't that make them hot? Wait, there's something on it. Something see-through and shiny. That's your first time in Northwich, good Sir Fang? This here's a new addition to the Count's menu. You won't find it anywhere in stuffy old Oxford. Here, have a taste if you don't believe me. No way! This one's on the house. Right in the mouth for free all over the commercial district. Damn it, where'd the chimney sweep fairy go? You, it's your job to get rid of that soot. What have you been doing out here? Oh, come on, good Sir Human, what's the harm? That thing's gonna be falling on our heads soon enough. Once it does, it'll blow all the soot away, along with the rest of your apartment building. That's not the point. Even when you know it's going to rain tomorrow, you still need to wash the windows. And when you know a storm is coming, you still need to keep the yard neat. Why? Because you never know when a new potential tenant might show up. Can't run a business while passing up opportunities for new clientele. Ha! You're right about that. No wonder they call you the Spriggan of this street. Yes, there's really no beating humans when it comes to making money. Don't go dying on me, old man. This is all you guys got done yesterday? You're not slacking off on me, are ya? I swear, everyone's been on edge since they heard Morgan abandoned the city. Even the soldiers all hold up in Spriggan's tower instead of making their patrols. Don't you guys see? It's a perfect opportunity. All we gotta do is borrow a little from the guys who won't even notice it's gone. Harbor's off limits, damn it! Just when Fairy Britain's first ocean liners docked right there. They say, in a bomberos, construction's like nothing else. Do you want us to lose to the Count's Cuttish sock? I'm sorry, but until the new lumber shipment comes in, nothing I can do. I wonder what Lord Spriggan's planning to do about this. It's so noisy! Right, welcome to Norwich, Fairy Britain's only port town. All the laws passed during the era of the High Queen prohibited the construction of any new iron weapons. So for about 1900 years, no more iron weapons made in Fairy Britain whatsoever. But Oberon, I thought that was you. You always do stand out. What the hell are you doing in Norwich? Haven't you seen the sky? Hey, you mean those rain clouds? Yes, I did think they were odd, since the racing season's supposed to be over now. Oh, it's going to take more than a few rain clouds to put a damper on Norwich, right, Knack? Besides, a good actor's never far from where the fun to be had. Norwich's about to have the party of a lifetime, yes? Of course, Fairy King's not going to miss that. You're that right. You really are something else, Oberon. We scoundrels of Norwich knew we were asking for trouble when they broke the law and turned this town to a smithing city. Out of the Queen's sheer might, that calamity pulls nothing. Thanks, Oberon. Make sure to come by the shop later. Oh, I'm a big fan of yours, you know. Come by and cuck me later. Will do. Alright, please. We're in an emergency situation. Be weird later. Damn, who was that earth-clad fairy? He had one hell of an aura about him. How long's he been working for the Forge? Would it be more than 200 or 300 years? What do you mean? Knack, was it? He had the same name. Name incredibly obstinate always you, team. Oh, that ain't what I'm talking about. We're curious about Knack. I can take you to his smithy later. I believe he's a low-class fairy who's been around for 400 years, so he knows pretty much everything about the history of smithing in Fairy Britain. 400 years? Even though he's a low-class fairy? It's because his purpose hasn't changed. Still just as capable of a smith as ever. Now, where was I? Oh, right. 100 years ago, Spriggan led Norwich to greater prosperity, rolling back the no iron weapons law. The law was originally passed because iron weapons are dangerous to fairies. Having more of them in circulation would never result in more homicides or ferricides. But then, between the northern fairies' suspicious activity, the rise in the number of moles, and above all, the developments in human technology, it was clear the Fae folk would need to rely on iron again. Spriggan was able to convince the Queen of the necessity, and she relented. Ever since, Norwich went from being a city of fairies to a city with laws of smithing coming first. While Salisbury is the only city that grants humans a freedom under Fairy Britain's rules, all were equal under the laws of artisanry in Norwich. Here, while some fairies still live human slaves, others respect him for his skill at smithing. In fact, there's even some Human merchants here suspect they have a steady pool of fairy labor they regularly exploit. You mean there's human company owners, slave-driving fairy employees? He's here. That's right. You won't find their stores on Main Street, though. They're more under-the-counter outfits. Fairies are pure by nature, which also makes them gettable. There's no end of fairies here who will work to the point of dying from exhaustion, and they don't even have one more pound to show for it. Suffice to say, Norwich is known for both its smithing and loose morals. And that's just how it is in all human cities, ain't it? Nice shiny storefronts next to filthy back alleys, and springing the head of the Earth Clan, Lord of Seas, hadn't it all been shy about promoting these kind of ventures. Sometimes it feels as though he's trying to turn Norwich into a human city. A human city, huh? So the fact there's a calamity pool in the sky here, and now it's kind of a judgment in Norwich? Like it's just nature's way of punishing the city for its misdeeds or something? Of course not as good and bad in any city, Norwich hardly special in that sense. It's wandered up the side of the next calamity, it's just coincidence, really. You know, see, it looks like we still have some time. Why don't we split up for a while? Go visit whatever parts of the city interest you. After all, we're trying to save the city from calamity. Sorry. We're all trying to save the city from the calamity. A pool that's hanging right above it. Getting to know it all in your own terms before you set about defending it can only be a good thing. Sounds like a plan to me. Besides, I was just thinking to give you some more information about that giant rain cloud calamity pool. Will you come with me, Tiramisu? Of course. I think I'd like to visit next smithing. I could use a good blacksmith to make a magecraft item I want to try out. I'll go with you then. I'm curious to see what a fairy smith is like. Besides, I'm your bodyguard. Smithy, huh? Guess I'd already get in the way if I went too. In that case, how about sampling local delicacies with me while we look for a place to stay? Really? That sounds great! I'm with you, Alberon! It's settled. We'll meet back here on this street around lunchtime. Oh, and what Tiramisu shouldn't draw much attention walking around on her own here. I'd still appreciate you looking out for her in case any of the ghosts decide to question you, Da Vinci. Don't worry, if that happens, I'll just pretend I'm Tiramisu's big sister. Okay, Norwich sightseeing sounds good and all, but first, there are two other things we need to take care of. First, we need to find out everything we can about the dark cloud, the calamity pool over our heads. That includes what kind of harm it's doing now, what kind of harm it's expected to do later, whether it's even possible for us to get rid of it, that sort of thing. And the other is find out anything we can. Learn about Mash's whereabouts. Guess that's one. That one went without saying, huh? Okay, let's start with the store owner. Let's start with the stores over on Main Street. We don't have a lot of time, so let's just get in there, ask as many questions as we can, no matter how weird they look at us. A human girl in black armor. I see humans in armor every day since the Round Table Army comes here to buy supplies. I've never seen a girl with black armor among them. She does sound kind of familiar, though. But hey, never mind that. Oh, you're here? We can buy some news about the Child of Prophecy. I got a story about her battling with Gawain at the Western Ranch, and another with her battle with Tristan in Gloucester. They're both good, trust me. You wanna know more, you'll have to cough up the more pounds. We know for sure the Child of Prophecy showed up now. I bet you could even get rid of that Calamity Pool if she ever decides to come to Norwich. You want to know what kind of problems we've had since the Calamity Pool showed up? Ain't it obvious? The damn weather! It's dark, it's windy, everyone's on edge, even when you think it's finally gonna start raining, it never does. At first we were all afraid it was gonna rain balls on us or something, but now, everything business as usual. Nobody has any idea what might happen if the Calamity Pool ever does come crashing down on us. I can promise you nobody's ever thought about how we might get rid of it. Morgan's always managed to do something about them whenever they sprung up in the past. But since she declared she was going to leave Norwich to its fate, we can't even count on that this time. Although, now that you mention it, it's strange. How did the Queen get rid of the Calamity Pools before? A human girl wearing black armor. Yes, of course I know about her. She's all the customers been talking about. I don't know the details, but she's famous up in the north.
That's my boy! No, my boy!
Father, help! Don't get in my face like that. You made me drop the fries. You really need to keep your servants under better control, Miss... oh, wait. Come to think of it, this was all the rage in Salisbury for a while, wasn't it? Buying a human from a ranch when they're still young, raising them like your adopted child. They say free-range humans like that can grow up much better than the ones from a ranch. Sorry, no, I'm human too, so I don't know anything more about the calamities than you do. I've never seen one before. They say a calamity shows up every 100 years and every 1,000 years. There's a great calamity. But we're well past the 2,000 years of the Queen's era, right? So everyone in town's for it's finally gonna happen. My wife's so anxious about it, she can't even help out in the shop anymore. Every morning she blinds herself, and when her eyes have healed the next morning, she does it again. Why don't we just leave Norwich? We're that scared? Believe me, I've considered it. But there's a reason we can't all just pick up and leave, just between you and me. On second thought, never mind. I don't need Spriggan soldiers catching wind of this and breaking down my door. I'm sorry, but would you mind going somewhere else now? My wife's scared enough as is. Your wife seems like she needs professional help, but I don't suspect they've invented psychiatry here, or psychology here. Well, I guess that's about what we should have expected. Someone needs to invent therapy for that guy's wife, though. If there was something people could do about the Calamity Pool, of course they would already be doing it. At least they learned a little bit about MASH. That's true. Before, nobody had heard of her. Now we're at least getting glimmers of recognition. We'll have to do some more digging in the afternoon. Who knows? Maybe MASH is a lot closer than we. Well, back next Smithy was incredible. I'll bet he can make call Magecraft stuff I couldn't even describe, and I'll bet he could do it easily too. Hey, that's a good idea. It'll be like favorite style vacuuming, so they shouldn't. The only problem is how light we could make it. Since that knack guy can handle alloyed steel no problem, we might even be able to pull off stainless steel. You two must have had a successful outing if you're already planning mischief together. Well, back in WoW, Norwич's rest areas are amazing. They have this thing called a sauna. It's really hot, but it's also really relaxing. And the fruit juice they gave us afterwards was maybe the best thing I've ever tasted. We're going to spend the night here, so we should definitely stay at that inn. Glad y'all enjoyed yourselves. There's no rush to find a place to stay tonight, so let's worry about that later. I'm afraid I don't have much to report. Every conversation seems to be complaints about Queen Morgan and the hopes for the Child of Prophecy. You know, stuff like I can't wait for the Child of Prophecy to get here. We give her a hero's welcome she showed up. She must be an incredible fairy. I don't know what she looks like, but I bet I'd recognize her instantly. Must be stronger than Queen Morgan, more beautiful than Lancelot. More imposing than Gawain, and kinder than Tristan. Granted, being kinder than Tristan is not an accomplishment. If only they knew she was already here. Hey, keep your voice down, Oberon! At least we know that part's true. You think so? Well, maybe. Tristan definitely didn't seem very kind at all. I'm not sure how to feel about there only being one area I can compete though. Huh? No way! She's here! She's really here! Everybody, come quick! The Child of Prophecy's here! Wait, I'm still not ready. You got the wrong fairy. No, wait, that's not true either. I know I might not quite look the part, but it's fine. I'm the child. She came here from Sheffield up north through the impenetrable of Venenda. She disposed Boggart the tyrant, and now she's here to save Norwich too. It's her, the child of prophecy in black armor. Good day, my beloved citizens of Norwich. Please settle down if you would. I was planning to announce this at the bell tower with a more appropriate ceremony. But since you're all here now, I may as well take this moment to introduce you. I'm so back. Welcome back. Indeed, the very knight who defeated the three Tomlin at Sheffield and brought Boggart the Banished to justice. This is the child of prophecy, Tomlin Galahad. Just look at all that magical energy. It really is the child of prophecy. But why is she with you, Spriggan? Isn't she the child of prophecy High Queen Morgan's enemy? It seems there's been a misunderstanding. Her Majesty has never called for the child of prophecy's death. If any of you should find her, you are to invite her to Camelot as a proper guest. These are the High Queen's own words, delivered directly to myself, my fellow clan heads. That is why I went out to greet her last night upon her arrival from Odvenia. And since I couldn't risk anything happening to our honored guest, I brought my elite soldiers with me to keep her safe. Ah, so I guess the child of prophecy is going to be taken off to Camelot soon then. Oh no, not at all. High Queen Morgan never said anything about bringing her there immediately. Rest assured, my good people will take my responsibilities as your elected clan leader very seriously. While of course I have the utmost respect and loyalty to High Queen Morgan, your safety is my top priority. Which is why I will be having Tomlin Galahad stay in my vault castle. Rest assured, the child of prophecy has come to Norwich. We need fear the calamity no longer. So please, my good people, relax and go about your business as usual. If the High Queen should have any complaints, I shall take full responsibility. I just like this bullshit. Even Mash knows this is nonsense. That's a child of prophecy? Really? If I'd just been wrong this whole time, because it'd be hugely embarrassing. Course not, Artoria. Please have faith in yourself. I don't know who this Galahad person is. She has to be either an imposter or the real deal. Right, Tamasu, she's been traveling with Artoria. You've been traveling with Artoria all this... Tamasu, why do you look as if time just stopped? Just so you know, I will stab you if you go over to the other child's side. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things you never take notice of. What are you doing? Sorry, it's a song reference. Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's Mash. That's the person we've been looking for. She's not the child of prophecy. That is our friend. Oh, shit. That's... What? That's Mash! That's Mash! Oh, crap. Keep cool, Tamasu. Go into the plaza now. Oh, I'm surprised to see someone push through the crowd and climb up on stage while I'm giving a speech. You're not from Norwich, are you, human? If you were, you would know exactly what would happen if... Now, it's alright. She's just a human, no threat whatsoever. From the looks of you, you're not from Britain, are you? You must be the one, Beryl. Move aside, I'm not here for you. Oh, then, who are you here for? You, of course, Mash. Mash, how do you know that name? I don't think we've ever met before. Oh, right, I went by that name in Sheffield, so I guess word must have spread. Yes, I'm Mash, Knight of Sheffield. I'm also known as the Child of Prophecy. Uh-oh. Oh no, that means she lost her memories too? As Spriggan said, I came to rid Norwich of the Calamity. Can't promise I'll be completely successful, but I swear I'll fight as hard as I can. Any support you can offer would be greatly appreciated. Wonderful. Just sort of announcement I expect to hear from the Child of Prophecy. My people should be able to sleep much more easily tonight. Now then, we'd best be on our way. You can have her stand down now, guards. Yes, sir. Alright, that's enough from you. Consider yourself lucky you didn't get punched. Consider yourself lucky I didn't decimate you. Wait, could I talk to her just for a little? I'm sorry, Tomlin Galahad, but we really must be going back to the castle now. Here you are. Special carriage fit for the child of prophecy to... Oh? Why are you crying, my dear? Is something wrong? Huh? Oh, gosh. I am, aren't I? Not sure why either. Some Northwich soot must have gotten in your eye. Happens all the time here. Now, come, child of prophecy. You must be tired after your journey. I can assure you that my castle is the safest place in all of Britain. Guards, keep an eye on that human. If you see her going anywhere alone, bring her in. Rough her up if you want, just don't kill her. And that girl is one of the High Queen's guests too. Having her in our custody can only give us more leverage. Phew, that was too close for comfort. Can't believe you went right up to Spriggan like that. He's the head of the Earth Clan, the Horde of Norwich. That girl he had with him, who he claimed with the Child of Prophecy, you're saying that was Mesh? Yep. Absolutely. Even at this distance, I could tell it was her. Though, I don't know why they're calling herself the Child of Prophecy, or why she didn't react to tiramisu. Wait, yes I do. It's the Nameless Woods. I managed to avoid losing my sense of self thanks to my unique memory capacity settings. But in Mash's case, there's a very high chance she's suffering from the same temporary amnesia Tiramisu and Artoria had. But Tiramisu got her memory back pretty quickly, right? So why is this young girl still missing hers? I'm not sure. Maybe she ended up gaining some kind of powerful position before she could remember who she really is. Until I get a chance to examine her myself, I can't say anything for sure. So at least we know she's alright. It's very true, Tiramisu. I was pretty taken aback to see people call her the Child of Prophecy. But aside from that, the fact she's alive and here in Norwich is the best news we could have hoped for. Yep, Spriggan might have beaten us to the punch. It all looks like he's giving her the royal treatment. So all we have to do is create an opportunity to talk with her, which should only be a matter of time. In the meantime, our current most pressing problem is... I know, unexpected company. You there with the human! You're all suspected of criminal activity! Come with us! Try to resist and we'll execute your sentence here and now! Spriggan soldiers? What do we do, everyone? Take them down, of course! Right, Tiramisu? Just incapacitate them so we can get away, please. I say as I'm about to throw a Buki Doji at them. Just incapacitate them! Go! Dragon Oni God! Cut them down and wash them away! Doesn't take much. Alright, next step. Boom, boom, boom. Aw, y'all cute. Oh, I think they're people. Let's show them they're not.
ちゃんと見て何のためにやります。
夏が来たりて鍵ろい揺れて、雨が来たりて命が騒ぐ。息吹の御霊、八脈怒涛。
Well, that was easy.
当然とはいえ嬉しいものですね。皆さんのおかげです。
Damn it, here comes another wave. Form a square around Tiramisu. Don't get caught out alone, or they'll pick us off one at a time. Right, that makes sense. They're definitely stronger than I am. I'll say, they might not be as bad as the soldiers in Olympus. They're still ridiculously tough. Guess that's fairies for you. Hey, okay, let's try Flesh Bomb Spell. Right, here's it next. Even more of them? Good, these MPs, Wolfer. There can be commotion. You there, cut off their escape route. It's over for you. Prepare to feel the wrath of Lord Spring. Huh? You're right, it is over for you. This area belonged to the Norwich Merchants Association. Lord Spriggan's private soldiers have no authority here. You're the ones breaking the law. Why you? Who do you humans think you are? What firm do you belong to? We're part of a provisional militia formed by every firm that was reinstated to help deal with the Calamity pool. Our financier is the Count. Need I say more? You got the Count backing you? Ah, damn it! Fine. We'll take our leave for now. This isn't over, MP. Mark my words. It's great they took their injured and left, but... Yeah, you guys are Northwood soldiers too, right? Why would you help us? We don't know why we were given these orders either. All we know is that you and you... Me? And me? That's right, the Count asked us to extend you an invitation to his mansion. And any friend of the Count's a friend of ours. We hope you pay him a visit if you have the time. He said he would like to give you all a special welcome as the true saviors of Norwich. I can assure you Count Pepperon is a man of his word. Huh? Count Pepperon? Why does Gareth look shocked? Of course it's me, hon. Oh, long time no see, Tiramisu. This is a very creepy face to be appearing once more in, even if I am laughing my head off, but... Alright, let's close the Pac-Man mouth. Ah! Another night call! Whoa, whoa, hang on. Oh my, what's this now? You're already palling around with two new cuties since the last time I saw you. My goodness, fate just loves you, huh, hun? Hey, I said the thing. Now you've got local girls fawning all over you as well as Mashy. Oh, Fitties and Peppuccino. Really made a name for yourself here, huh? I almost didn't recognize... Oh, what am I saying? I'm not some starving crow. Of course I'd recognize you. Only difference is you've seen anything even more now. You know this man, Mormosa? Maybe you can introduce me then. So she's got Muramasa, another beautiful man with her too. Who is that, I wonder? I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself, have I? I'm Count Pepperon, the fabulous, charismatic designer who ride in fairy Britain like a comet, and built a brand to rival the Naga company in only a month. I hope we can let bygones be bygones and focus on the here and now, Muramasa. Oh, and you are? Oh, I see you, Count Pepperon. It's an honor to meet you. I'm Oberon, the Fairy King, a 7 on proper human history side. Oh my, Oberon, from a midnight summer's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, how wonderful. You're just like I always imagined you. I think you and I are going to get along swimmingly. Just look at how similar our names are, Pepperon, Oberon. Looks like we got a talent running in our very veins. Do you really know this person, Tiramisu? He doesn't seem like an ordinary human in multiple ways. Pepe's a great guy. What an honor to know you trust me so much, Tiramisu. Okay, I'll start with my story. After all, I'm sure you must be on the edge of your seats wondering why I'm here in Fairy Britain, and how I came into possession of such a fabulous mansion. Not really, no. You came here to kill Beryl in revenge for what he did to Cristeria. You have arrived a month or two ahead of us, around the time we were dealing with Limbo's nonsense. Then you used your knowledge of proper human history to give yourself an edge as a designer. And now you're high in your own success and have everyone calling you Pal Pepperon. Sounds about right, Tiramisu? I don't ever think I've seen Da Vinci so furious. I have! But, Kire was there. Well, thanks for stealing my thunder, Da Vinci. You're a huge help. I'm surprised you nailed the barrel angle, too. Do I really seem the caring type? Oh. Yes. I guess I do. I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. Well, gosh, all that trust you have in me is going to make life hard for me as a crypter. Oh, you're still counting yourselves as one of those. Cristeria already cut his ties with the foreign god, or rather, showed he was never really on her side to begin with. And since you were always on Cristeria's side, I thought you'd given up being a crifter back on Olympus. I'm afraid it's not that simple. Besides, David's still out there. Anyways, the whole other thing. I'm not doing this for Woodmine. I'm doing this for me. As a member of Team A, I feel it's my duty to tie up these loose ends. On another note, how was your battle with Woodmine, Tiramisu? Was it fun, or was it grueling? Both was a really intense fight. Both really. Cristeria's one hell of a master. I see. Okay, now I want to hear all about you guys. What can you tell me about the current situation in Chaldea? I see, so there's another threat to the world besides the bleach earth phenomenon. And you came here to stop this collapse. Yep, that tracks. Not really the kind of thing you can just turn your back on. Sounds like things didn't go so well after you made land, though, so that's why Mashi isn't here with you. Tiramisu, Mash and I all ended up taking different routes out of the Nameless Woods. Mash somehow ended up north, and some fairies think she's a child of prophecy now. Do you know anything about how that happened, Count Pepperon? No, I don't. I didn't even know people thought Mashi was the child of prophecy until you told me. I do know she's definitely not the child of prophecy. For one thing, she's not even a fairy. Exactly. The only real child of prophecy is Otoria, except no substitutes. I don't think you need to need that insistent on it, Gareth. No, she's right. You are the child of prophecy. You did come here with Tiramisu. I've heard NSL's prophecy too. You've got the staff selection, and you're traveling with a visitor from a foreign land. That right there says it all. You're this land's savior, no doubt about it. And if the fact you matched the prophecy perfectly wasn't enough, there's also your soul's aura. That alone tells me everything I need to know. So chin up, Artoria. You're stronger than you think. Oh, thank you, Count Pepperon. That said, are you sure it's a good idea to talk about proper human history in front of Artoria and Gareth? Or does Chaldea just not care about secrecy like they used to? I know, Gordy's definitely not going to be happy about this when he finds out. But our master insisted on at least coming clean about our objective. Oh my, how decent of you. But aren't you worried that might arouse suspicion? These fairies would think you're crazy if you go around talking about proper human history here, you know. Hey, you don't need to worry about that. We have no idea what she's talking about anyways. Like, she started explaining to me about TikTok, and I'm like, I tuned the fuck out about that. Likewise. Well, that's okay. Whatever she's trying to do here, we can tell it means a lot to her. Oh my, what wonderful companions you have. You're so very, very lucky. I'm jealous even, that they're all such fucking imbeciles. The world's full of strong people, smart ones too. But the only way to get dependable friends like this is to live a life of integrity. The only friends I attract are just as selfless as I am. That's not true, Count. Those soldiers who brought us here didn't just respect you for your money. They genuinely trusted you. You're not nearly as awful of a person as you make yourself out to be. You think so? Okay, moving right along. Count, would you mind if I ask you something? Not at all, hon. I'm always thrilled to answer any questions a Prince Charming like yourself might have for me. We need to know more about what's going on with Norwich and Spriggan. Why aren't the fairies who live here evacuating? What does Spriggan plan to do when the calamity finally hits? Can you tell us anything on either subject? Oh, that's easy, Oberon. One reason the Norwich fairies aren't evacuating is that they don't fear death as much as we do. But the biggest has to do with their jobs and the land. You already know how much fairies care about their purpose, right? Well, for fairies of Norwich, their purpose is their job, but they can't just give it up and look for another. On top of that, they're also being held by psychological shackles. You see, Spriggan actually sold Norwich land rights before those dark clouds showed up above it. You see, back when he stole Norwich out from under the previous Lord Boggart and all the fairies who owned the land here were banished to the north, and Spriggan claimed all this land for himself. For a long time, every smith in Norwich rented the land they needed to ply their trade. But now, at long last, the land was put up for sale, and the fairies all worked together to buy it for themselves. This includes fairies Spriggan had been exploiting all this time, and fairies who sold everything they had so they could finally afford their own land. Things were much happier in Norwich after that, but then the calamity pool showed up in the sky. So these fairies won't leave Norwich because they finally have their own land here, huh? I believe it. To a smith, their forge is more important than their life. They could never leave it, no matter how scared they might be of this calamity pool. Is that why your security details together? Because they didn't think Spriggan's soldiers alone would be enough? No, Spriggan's army has no intention of keeping Norwich safe. If anything, he wants the calamity to get here. I expect he'd like nothing better than get rid of all the fairies and buildings for him. I see, because he wants to nullify his contract. And now I get it, he's a land shark. That's right. It makes sense you'd have some experience with this sort of thing, huh, Muramasi? Spriggan never meant to give up this land. He knew the calamity could be coming. It's right there in the prophecy, after all. The part about disaster befalling the city of iron and soot. So first he sold the land to the fairies at a high price, and then once the calamity comes and effectively leaves all of Norwich vacant, he'll buy it back for a steal. Norwich inherited tax is stupidly expensive. The next generation fairies could never hope to pay it. This way, Spriggan gets both the money for the land and the rights to redevelop it however he likes. Two birds, one stone. He doesn't even have to throw it himself. The only other place you'd find a fairy that devious is proper human history. Oh, you kidding me? It's even more horrible than any fairy in proper history. Proper human history's done. I knew Spriggan was shameless, but I have no idea he was that awful. That's all the fairies are used to, living their lives as usual. No, it's not that. They don't have any other choice. After all, if they're left here, they'd be broke and unable to pay next year's existence tax. I knew this was strange. Why were there still fairies who cared about the well-beings of the human servants here? The calamity will kill humans too. Now I see. Those fairies probably want to run away. They can't bring themselves to actually do it. Hold on, you said Spriggan had no intention of keeping Norwich safe, right? So then what if he tries to do something to Mash? Oh, you don't have to worry about her. She had as much magical energy as a Tomlin. There's no way Spriggan could do anything to stop her. At best he can just stall her by entertaining her in the castle. No, the real problem is we no longer have any way to see her again. Hey, Rort. If Spriggan only cares about saving his own inner circle, he never let the Child of Prophecy leave the castle. The second he let her talk to the fairies in town, Mash will figure out what's really going on. Guess that means we'll have to sneak into Spriggan's castle. If Mash won't come to us, we'll have to go to her. I wouldn't recommend that. Spriggan's castle is the most heavily guarded place in all of Britain. It's commonly known as the Vault Castle. It's like Spriggan's antisocial personality came to architectural life. If they hole up in there, not even the Tom Lin would have an easy time breaking her out. I know there's nothing you can do about it now, but you really shouldn't have let Mashy go with him. The only way we'll be able to see her again now is if she leaves the castle of her own accord. Fucking shove Spriggan through a wall. Oh, that was easier than I thought. I guess we're training? Okay. Let's have ourselves the time.
切るぜ。
もちろん。そっち。
やべえな、面白い。
ここでまっすぐ。突進です。
Let's see.
切るぜ。
やります。
あの辺り。
Let's try this. Not quite. Nothing.
"あの辺りか。
もちろんやります。
わかった。
Alright, those attack stacks last for a while. Gotcha.
妖精がなんだってんだ。やることは変わらねえよ。さて。
今のうちに準備。何の。
折れんなよ。切るぜ。
We'll cut right through this nonsense.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても、私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けて。アランド・カリバーン。
そこに至るはあまた
It
の
only
剣
takes
さ
a
ん。
moment.
気づきに気づいた刀塚。八重垣作るは戦士の刃。知ったら成仏していきな。
Alright, Gareth.
アフタービジョン。あっち。
Buster!
狙うぞ。
I wish we had some more crit stars for this turn, but oh well. That's one down. Man, 100,000 damage on that from Gareth, of all people. Goddamn, girl. We probably could have finished him if we had crit stars. Actually, I'm almost positive we could have.
結構素早いので。
先に行く。
もちろんやります。
わか
えい、ここでまっす
くしなあの先に行く。
Enough of this.
真髄解明完成理念収束鍛造技法臨界これが俺のつむかい村正だ。
鐘の音が聞こえる。
Okay, that's that. Now I have a much better idea of what you're all capable of. Wow, so those are the famous Northwood treasure golems I heard so much about. They really do run on pixie dust. That's why Pepe brought us out to the mountains. Good job, team! Star.
I was wondering what you were going on about when you suddenly asked if we wanted to exercise. But not only did these things turn out to be pushovers, they were loaded with treasure. It is okay if we keep these spoils of war for ourselves, right, Count?
Of course, the Child of Prophecy's party's gotta live in style. I know, right? Thanks, Count. Come on, Otoya, Tamisu, let's go back to Norwich and spend some of this money. I heard they have a Wakame, a Flebajorano there that's to die for. Wakame, where are we? Tokushima? I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna say it. I think all piss for now. At least until more monster taste tested for me.
Wakame's flavored sweets. What, do they sprinkle sugar on seaweed or something? I mean, I ain't gonna turn it down. I just rather have plain old gelato.
It looks like all tensions that were building when we first heard what the deal was at Norwich have eased away nicely. I'm impressed, Count. You found a way to help us relax and get a handle on our abilities all at once. Who, me? I was just potting off some grunt work. You guys saved me the trouble of taking out these golems myself. You really shouldn't be so quick to trust Da Vinci. Like I said, I'm still a cryptor. Once this business barrel's taken up, I'm going right back to being your enemy. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure you will. I'll believe that when pigs fly. A cryptor, huh? Your real name was Miru right? According to Caldea's database, you're doing dirty work for the Mage Association when Malsbury discovered you. Then he assigned you to Caldea after transferring you to the astronomy department. That all lines up with what you've told us in India too, but that's as far back as your record goes. That you helped us out both in India and Olympus, looks like you're gonna help us here too. It'd be presumptuous to say I consider you an ally. I'd love to know what really makes you tick. Oh wow, that hit me like a bolt of lightning, hon. You really are a genius to come up with a line like that. Really, was it that good? Never hit on anyone before, so that's good to know. Oh yes, darling, it was simply wonderful. After all, you said it for me, not for Caldea. Alright, it's not a very fun story, but if you really want to hear it, well, how can I refuse now? So you want to know what happened back when I still went by Miringiaro? You want to know what kind of person I really am? Well, you probably have a good idea already from the kind of work I did for the clock tower. My family comes from a long line of Shugindao, practitioners, specifically Tengu Dao, the way of the Tengu. The sect of Suingao, whose ultimate goal in its practitioners refers to as fallen or corrupted Tengu, arrive in hell. I was good enough at it that everyone used to fawn over me. And well, me being me, it's no surprise they eventually decided to expel me. When my family stopped being my family, I tied up the loose ends and put Japan behind me. By which you mean, I killed my entire family and the sect, yes. There's no one alive who knows your past. I'll explain why there aren't any records of it. So why did you do that anyways? Can't it be just 'cause I thought it'd be for the best? The Miringi clan was a single generation of Sushi. Our founder managed to form a connection with the Sanat Kumara, or Mount Kumara, or Kurama? That might be Kurama. After he fell to Tugandao. But his descendants weren't so lucky. They had to undergo long, intensive training to make their bodies superhuman without the power of Senate at Kurama. In some ways similar to how Muramasa lived. You practically kill yourself trying to come up with the special circuit, well, body really. You never pass it along to anyone else before you die. That part I didn't have a problem with, though. The real problem was how they went about growing the clan. I was directly descended from the founder, so I was born and raised on Mount Kurama. But all the other Murinji children were kids they abducted from around the foothills. In ancient times, children's mortality rates used to be much higher than now. So back then it was easy to get away with kidnapping the occasional kid to raise as their own, but not now. Plus, if kids couldn't keep up with the training, they'd be abandoned in the mountains. If they persevered, the only thing waiting for them was the fall into hell, and grace into hell. Hi, Big. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Fate Grand Order today. We're going through Avalon. If messing with people's destinies wasn't bad enough on its own, in fact, the only choice to replace it was with death or disgraced Tengu made it even worse. Oh, that was good timing. Any group that would keep doing something like that is irredeemable. So I decided to leave the mountain. I killed them all first. Even though they were your family. Because they were my family. I wouldn't have cared if they had been strangers. As they were my family, it was my responsibility to make sure they never ruined any more kids' lives. I'm very sentimental, but I'm more of a freak.
Nani?
So you're having fun with the sound alerts in this sad backstory. That's why I chose to make a clean break. That's why I chose to make a clean break with my family instead of sticking with them. Basically, I'm a no-good scumbag who'd rather keep things neat and tidy than honor my crypto obligations. You know, alright.
That's my boy. No, my boy!
Father, help!
Alright, Peppuccino. I'm gonna tell you this. You keep trying to make yourself out to be a bad guy. Even with that backstory, no the fuck you are not. Oh, I'm such a horrible human being for killing what is effectively a cult of killers and kidnappers. Oh, woe is me. I killed my own family because that's what I was born into. I killed them. And when they rejected me, yeah, that, I don't know. That sounds like a positive thing, my dude. Not gonna lie. That sounds good. That's probably why I've been helping you guys, too. Well, are you convinced? No? No, I think you're the one who needs convincing. Yeah, but turns out you're much stronger than I'd given you credit for. By the way, purely out of curiosity, how talented were you exactly? Well, if a Mirinji Hojitsu Sushi can acquire one of the 6 Buddha powers known as Roku Jinjutsu in 100 years, that's enough for them to officially be considered a Tengu. I'd mastered 3 of them by the time I turned 10. Jinsositsu, the power to run at superhuman speeds, Taihitsu, the power to read people's minds, and Rojitsu, the power to know how long I'll live and what my fate will be. Hey, I said the thing. Can't blame me for thinking I was some kind of prodigy. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Now you know just how cruel I've been ever since I was born. Don't tell the others about this, okay? I'd like to keep this our little secret. Okay. Hey, everyone. Peppuccino killed a cult. And feels bad about it, even though he really shouldn't. That's sick! Man, I'm so glad Count Pepperon's a gourmand. That was the first full-course meal I've gotten to eat in the 26 days since we first got to Fairy Britain. Great mix of both Italian and Japanese food, wasn't it? Yep, Artori and Garrett didn't know what to make of it at first, but it didn't take them long to see the appeal. Too bad Oberon didn't join us, though. Come to think of it, I don't know if I've ever seen him eat. Anyways, getting pretty late. I know we have a lot to think about, but for now, we should make sure we're well rested for tomorrow. We can split up into 2 teams in the morning, and by then, it should be pretty clear whether we ought to focus on scouting out Spring's Vault Castle or on investigating the Calamity Pool. Okay, good night, Tiramisu. Take advantage of the private room the Count gave you. Get plenty of rest, okay? Oh, hello. Hi, Oberon. Good evening, Tiramisu. I was heading out for a bit. I'm not cut out for combat like the rest of you, so I need to at least keep a close eye on things. Turning in for the night, right? Is heaven, or a real bed after so much camping out. Now that we have not 1 but 2 children of prophecy here in Norwich, there's no chance of Morgan sitting idly by. So I thought I'd go see what's happening in Camelot, at least as best I can. Don't worry, I'll be back by morning. See you later. On second thought, I'm just gonna ask you, are you okay? Do I not seem okay? I just have resting bitch face. Thought you insist we head to the Vault Castle immediately when we were talking about Spriggan and Mash. But you didn't say anything. Stuck the same priorities when falling so full. Sure you want nothing more than to go after her, but as the Master of Calais you decided to stay the course. It was the right call, but seeing that face you made, still couldn't help but worry about you. Like I said, I should trust her, not worry about her. Yeah, I did say that, but... Damn it, why'd I have to say that back then? Boy, no, they'd be reunited so soon. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Anyways, let me just say this. Mash said she still hadn't recovered her memory since leaving the Nameless Woods, right? Well, I'm afraid Da Vinci's theory was right. If someone who forgets the name in the Nameless Woods given a stronger role, that is, a new self, than they had before they lost their memories, they may not ever be able to return to who they once were. Look at this ferret in his noodle arms. To be fair, he's a spellcaster rather than a brawler. I don't know how Mash ended up taking on the role of Child of Prophecy herself. But also, like, it's anime. A lot of this whole size disproportionate to strength thing is it's a feature of anime. Oberon do be a twig. And Fate is one of the few series that do have, like, buff characters. So, Oberon is very twiggy, even for this series. How did Mash, have a role that could possibly surpass it? A role bigger than responsibilities to fight a world with everyone's hopes and dreams on his shoulders. Exactly. It's hard to imagine she did. It means the match you're looking for is gone. We only need 1 Child of Prophecy to uncover Fairy Britain's secrets, and we already have Victoria for that. So I have to ask, still need to concern yourself with Mash? Even though she might never remember you or go back to being the Mash you knew. How about you shut the fuck up before I smack you? Never mind, it's obvious you do. Especially twigging his art on Summoning Story. Oh yeah, that one. Bro needs a sandwich in that art. Sorry for wasting your time. Clearly should have known better than to ask. Anyways, I'll be happy to lend you my full support. Anyways, want to know about the state of the world? I'll learn for you. Let's go, Vesper. Speed us out. Good morning, honey buns. Everyone sleep well. The Ritz has nothing on this place. Right, believe me, I have very high standards about my interior design choices. But what's this Ritz place you're talking about? I've had so much going on, I don't even think I've heard of it. Okay, before we have breakfast, there's something important we should talk about. For my part, I wanted to ask you guys something about the Norwich security. But if you have a report you'd like to make, Oberon, please go right ahead. Thanks, Scout. Very considerate of you. Last night I did a bit of scouting in Norwich and Camelot. Rain cloud that is the Calamity pool of Norwich picking up steam, figuratively speaking. It's swirling around faster now, and all can sense its incredible amount of magical energy all couldn't before. If magical energy were, say, gasoline, there'd be enough to burn Norwich to the ground. He's right. I have something to ask you about your security. Have you used NordVPN? Actually, I use Surfshark myself. I'm more of an ExpressVPN kind of guy.
I don't even own a computer.
I don't know any more VPNs to make more punchlines, I'm sorry. I was just gonna use the built-in one in the new Windows update. I don't know enough VPNs to keep going with that joke. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I wish I could have made every one of them mention a different one. God damn it. And this morning, that rain cloud has enough magical energy to rival the gigantic reactor.
Exactly how big the reactor are we talking about here? Is it like the ones the Olympus machine guns used?
No, but it does contain enough energy to power all of Chaldea for 2 months. Enough for a singularity repair ray shift. Hey, you Chaldeans really all something. Can't believe you go through that much magical energy in only 2 months. What vegetables are insects most afraid of? I don't know. What? Is this a joke? Squash. I get it. Anyway, suffice to say, the situation in Norwich is worse today than it was yesterday. All the townspeople are on edge today. As for Camelot, fortunately, it's nothing major to report. The early troop deployment was a squad of about 20 soldiers sent to hunt moors. No sign of any large-scale deployments. Let's see. The only noteworthy thing I saw was the Queen sitting in an empty throne room all night. Seems weird. She doesn't have a bed, but okay. What chapter are we on? I don't know. Norwich parentheses 1. On a larger scale, we are in Lost Belt 6 Avalon. I don't know when the cutoff for part 1 and part 2 for it is, to be honest. That must mean the Spriggan hasn't told her about MASH, the Child of Prophecy, yet. Definitely not. Spriggan's greed's working for us there. Even though he's counting on the Calamity, he also wants to make sure his Vault Castle stays safe. He's got years worth of looted treasure stored there. He wouldn't want to risk any of it. For all his big talk about how the Calamity would never destroy it, I'm sure he's eager for some kind of insurance. That's why he's brought Mash there, so he can make the Child of Prophecy at least protect his castle. Unbelievable! What kind of clan head does that? Section is the end of part 1, I think. Oh, awesome! I just hope he gets what's coming to him someday. Agreed. Another reason you need to keep Norwich safe. Well, there's so many nodes. Checks out. I mean, granted, there's probably gonna be at least one other string of nodes after this, because it did say parentheses 1. So there's at least one other string. Worst possible outcome here would be Norwich remaining intact, at least as far as he's concerned. Just imagine what would happen if an incredibly unpopular lord who failed to take back his land once next year rolls around. Oh yeah, good point. Anyways, that's all for my report, so I couldn't contribute more. Don't be silly, it's plenty useful info. Now that we know the Queen's army isn't headed here, we can focus on investigating that rain cloud up in... Count Pepperon, we have an emergency! A large mass of Moors is advancing to the residential district from the ocean. There must be at least 1,000 of them. The calamity's begun! Really? Right in front of my soup. Those of you with homes, stay inside them. Don't come outside or the Moors will get you. Those of you without homes, run for shelter. Hurry! Damn it, there's no end to them. Where are they all coming from? Stay back. Get away from me. Hey, there's even more over here. Help, save me! No. Please let me go. Just let me. Ah, what are you doing? It hurts. What the hell? Those more just eat a fairy and grow? I've never heard of anything like that happening before. Is it part of the new calamity then? Hey, someone, contact the Count! Tell him we can't hold them back! He needs to get orders to retreat! Those wolves can grow by eating fairies! Human soldiers alone won't be able to stop them! Hurry! It might be too late for the North District! God, that's a good dwarf voice. It's just my English gentleman, old English gentleman voice. Hurry! It might be too late for the North District, but there should still be time to evacuate the South. That's the message from the captain. Please, Count. We need to evacuate now. I see. Here I thought we had a little more time. C'est la vie, non? These things always seem to happen when you most desperately want them not to. Count? Don't worry, I haven't lost my mind. Ads? Alright, I'll wait since we're in a big scene. Gonna think y'all should be back. Someone sound off. There we go. Let's go. Alright, I paused because we're in a big scene. Don't worry, I haven't lost my mind. There's no point in telling people to evacuate the city. Spriggan soldiers have shut the gates, remember? They want the local fairies dead. No, just take them to shelters we set up instead. That includes the MP fairies as well. In the meantime, I'd like you human soldiers keep the civilians safe and hold back the Moors coming from the harbor the best you can. Hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm Doppel, a doppelganger VTuber. Voices are my bread and butter. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Fate Grand Order today, and we're currently in Lost Belt 6 Avalon. I hope you enjoy. Hey, what's on display? Remember, the people's safety comes first. That includes all of you. Whatever you do, don't try to fight the Moors yourselves. But someone has to defeat them, or the shelter will... Yes, I know, which is why these people will come in. Right, Child of Prophecy and company? Right, we can handle this. Oh, then you really are the Child of Prophecy. You look a little more ordinary than I expected, but I like it. Hey, thank you for being honest. Hold on, are you sure about this? And they're moles we're talking about. There's no way fairies can beat them. I can't even imagine how we'd win. I think we should retreat for now and assess the situation. Oh, I'm not sure to hear. Surprised to hear that from you, Gareth. You're usually so... I'm surprised to hear that from you, Gareth. You're usually so brave. Or the moors may be fairies' natural predators, but that doesn't mean we're helpless against them. Otoya will have more moss and Da Vinci backing her up, and Tamasu as her summons. I'd say that's enough to fend off at least some of them. Isn't that right, Otoya? You did come to Northwood to save it, didn't you? No matter the nature of the calamity, you'll have to face it for your story to truly begin. Yes, of course. Don't worry, I can do this. Besides, the moors don't have any effect on me. I can touch them no problem. Really? Well then, yeah, this could work. Then it's settled. Go to Main Street and hold back the moors in the South District. I'd go with you too, but I need to stay here so I can command and supervise. If you can just hold them back for an hour, I can get everyone in the South District to safety. Let's go, Artoria. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I knew I shouldn't have come back to check on the store. No, I shouldn't have gone to check on the field. When I knew a big storm was coming. Oh man, I'm completely surrounded. It's a matter of time till they find me. Somebody please help me. Savior, Lady Ask. I'm just a humble fairy who's been making shoes in Northwood since my great predecessor's time. There might even be a legend or two about how he once made shoes for Lady Ask. Please don't let me die like this. Why are the moors so terrifying? Over there, the cobbler's in trouble. Stay where you are. I'm gonna take care of these moors right now. We're gonna throw down, beach. Avengers and rulers? Oh, that's just mean. Let's cut to the heart of the matter. We're going to solve our problem by throwing an Oni god at it. Oni dragon god or something. I don't know. This big grey lady has showed up and started wrecking everything. I don't even know why I'm here. She's very effective. Here's some chonky enemies. Yes, they are. And this one being a ruler is a dick move right after having a bunch of fucking Avengers. Dick move. Even though it's shockingly weaker than the ones before it. But maybe that's because they made them all Avengers. And this one really. Jesus Christ. We're just gonna keep running them through. Now, get to the couch shelter. Hurry.
I'm saved. I'm saved. Thank you, fairies to the staff. Gareth, you've got good eyesight, right? Can you make out what's happening in the harbor from here?
Huh? Yes, I can. There's a huge group of moles heading the way from there. I'm counting 30, 60, more than 100. Wait, half of them are going off that way. Means the North District?
Forget it. You saw how strong those moles are. We can't possibly save everyone. If even one of us falls here, we're all dead meat. Don't you get that?
I know. It's got something we can... Gotta be something we can do.
We don't know what to give up. Alright, fine. Use a command spell on me. I might be able to put me out of commission once it's over. With a power-up, I might be able to hold my ground on my own for at least a while. Not how I'd like to choose to finish this job, but a damn sight better than all of us biting it because we can't make up your mind.
Hang on. You can't just... Don't worry, there's no need for that. Take a look at that dust cloud up in the north. It's the other child of prophecy, the one with black armor. He jumped down for the castle bell tower. He's tearing into the moles. Whoa, she's amazing. Something else with her. But they're less impressive. Also, I think Spriggan's been planted like a dumbass tree. They're totally holding their own too. Looks like they could stop the moles over there on their own. It's MASH. Indeed, I guess Spriggan couldn't talk her into staying in his castle. If she can handle the North District all her own, then all we have to do is worry about the South. This is it, everyone. It's up to us to keep Norwich safe. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna let the other child of prophecy over there outdo us. We're gonna show her why Artoria is the real child of prophecy. Our defensive line won't move an inch. It's very encouraging, but like, that's a lot of pressure. Run them through once more. Alright, let loose again. I really don't remember what her overcharge is. What was your overcharge thing? Defense buff, Ah, it's the anti-earth damage. Gotcha. Alright, let's take it down. Power up, and watch her spin.
It'll
take more than this.
宴会は大勝利の後にとって
Actually, what trait are the Moors? If they're Earth trait, that'd be hilarious. Actio Moors. Okay, here we go. What are their traits? Demonic, Fey, and immune to Picify. No alignment. Oh, their attribute is Earth. That's hilarious. No wonder Ibuki's just cutting them down. No wonder Ibuki don't give a fuck.
How many is that? How many of these things are there anyways? Stop counting after 50. How are things over there? Starting to feel pretty worn out myself.
I can keep going. The screen has become blurry. Tiramisu, hang in there. Deep breaths. You've been overusing your mystic codes. Literally can't convert any of your life force to magical energy. Stand back. Take a break. Make sure you can use a vitality amplitude right away. Understood. Another group of Moors headed this way from the harbor. No way. There are hundreds, no more.
Can't keep this up. Are we on time, Da Vinci?
We're all good there. It's been exactly an hour and all the locals have made it out. Come on. It's time for us to head to shelter too. Wait. Those aren't Moors. The fairies! All the fairies been hiding out in the indoors. Why are they coming this way? It'd be safer if they stayed inside. What is that? Gareth? Oh, that do look problematic. Oh, ugh. Keith! It's okay, she's not. She's just sick from looking directly at that thing. It looks like that thing induces some kind of mental aberration again in fairies. Now all the fairies that were hiding in the harbor district are running away scared out of their minds. Crap, not nearly enough room for all of them in the shelter.
Never mind the shelter. If that thing makes land, we'll destroy the whole city.
Mean it moves? No. Right, of course it moves. How else would it show up in the first place? I mean, that thing is the Calamity. If it is, then what about the rain cloud?
Questions can wait, Da Vinci. Artoria, Tiramisu, what do you want to do? I know we said we should abandon the north side earlier, but that's no longer an option. We can either stay here and disappear along with Northwich, or we can save our own skins. One or the other. Which will it be? Not too late to make our escape. Remember, your job is to get rid of the Calamity. Protecting Northwich is just a bonus. Keep that in mind when you make your choice.
Even I know I can tell we can't beat that thing now. I know how you feel, but we have to run. We can't possibly beat that thing right now. Once we pull back, we work on figuring out its weakness. Not your fault that Northwich is going to be destroyed. Nothing anyone can do about it. I know. No way you can defeat Victoria. I walk to the faint sound of a bell ringing far off in the distance. I had a bad feeling about what was to come the moment I woke up in my warm bed. The calamity's probably gonna come today. This happens every time I wake to the sound of a bell. A storm appears without any warning. It's like what happened in Tangle. My everyday life ended on what began as a normal day, just like any other. Oh man, I really don't know if I can do this. I've come a long way with everyone's help. This is still beyond me. Still can't do this. I'm not strong. I'm not ready. I still feel as though I still don't feel as though I can actually save Britain. Every time I wake up, I think about sneaking away, leaving all this behind. I'm the child of prophecy. It's what everyone who raised me is counting on me to do. They believed in me so much they sacrificed their own lives to send me on my way. So I at least have to try. I have to overcome my timid nature. Honestly, I couldn't care less about all the other things. But betraying that star is the one thing I can never ever do. That said, I can't beat that thing. I just can't. I don't even have a chance.
It's one or the other. Which will it be? Not too late to make our escape.
I wouldn't say it's okay to run away. No one would blame me if I did. They'd just be disappointed, that's all. Always come back from disappointment. As soon as you do something impressive, they forget all about it. So why am I so hesitant to say we should run? I want to run. I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to, but... Turning to the side, I saw Tiramisu looking up at that thing with the same expression I wore. She's just like me. She's been given an impossible task, been sent out to the battlefield even though she can't fight on her own. She can't say no. So she's just standing here saying nothing. So then, what to say for? I'll be the one to say it's okay to run. Yeah, that's right. I'll make the choice for her. As soon as I open my mouth to say we should run for it. I see her. A shining star, pushing her way through the crowd into the heart of the disaster. I see the other child of prophecy, swallowing her fears, and running straight at that thing with fierce determination. And I see life return to Tiramisu's eyes as she watches her go. Oh, Mash, what a shame. I guess nobody could stop her. But I guess it's no surprise she really is a child of prophecy at this point. That's what everyone around her expected her, and she chose to try and live up to her hopes. Must have chosen a story for herself that ends with her dying here. Tiramisu, really sorry to say this, but... I'll be right back, Da Vinci! Shut up, Oberon! Huh? What are you talking about? I'm coming too. Oberon, make sure the fairies get out of here safely. I'll be damned. Never saw this twist coming. Alright, get going. Sometimes you gotta throw caution to the wind. You Chaldeans have made it this far. I'm gonna trust you can make it out of this too. That giant's going to fall on the harbor. That's one hell of a way to attack. They're trying to prostrate itself or something. Still crude as it might be, it's definitely be strong enough to blow the whole harbor away. Any questions, Tiramisu? Where's Mash? She's already on the pier with her round shield released. She's going to try and stop that thing by herself, but even she can't hold that thing back on her own. As Chaldea's technical advisor, my official advice is, if you head back now, you can still make it out of here alive, Tiramisu. Well, have you got a good reason to ignore that advice? Serf Disk, you still need to concern yourself with Mash, even though she might never remember you or go back to being the Mash you knew. So what? So what? Now then, let's return to the girl's story, just for a little bit. Just do what I say and the other clan heads will never need to know about you. I can even keep you safe in the Queen's prying eyes. Brigand did his best to convince her to stay inside, but she was having none of it. As soon as she learned the Moors had arrived, she chose to leave, though not through the heavily guarded exit on the ground floor. Instead, she leaped from the bell tower in the castle keep, all the way down to Norwich without any hesitation. Such daring, such bravery, such courage. Wait, what's courage? I get carried away a bit. Carried away. Forget that bit. The narrator is fucking up. Anyways, upon landing in Norwich, the girl drew the Moors' attention away from the local ferries, giving them a chance to escape. Now there was just the big guy from the sea, the cursed hand rising up from the ocean. Even the girl couldn't help but flinch upon seeing it, but on hearing the fairy scream, she found her nerve once more. She ran for the harbor as fast as she could face down the monster on the pier. Fast as she could to face down the monster on the pier. It looks like a tree made of hands. She knew at once she couldn't stop it from destroying the harbor, no matter how hard she tried. But even so... Even so, she could still absorb some of the impact. Even if the whole harbor was crushed, she might still be able to save some of its residents. That hope was enough for her to release her shield. Then she saw something unbelievable. It's her. The human she had met in the town square yesterday came running into the harbor. The girl was so overcome with indescribable feelings of joy and relief she couldn't help but say something. Stop! You need to get out of here. In a few seconds the entire harbor will be destroyed. Shouted as loudly as she could. The human didn't stop. Why not? Could she not hear her over the sound of her shield and the curse clashing? No, that wasn't it. She ran down the pier towards her. She shouted even more loudly than the girl that she wasn't going to give up. She placed her hand on the girl's back. With a word, she told her she wasn't going to leave her alone. She would be there to support her. The girl was so moved by the kind gesture, it made her remember she was human too. That's right. Humans feel pain when they're hurt. They're frightened by terrifying monsters. What's even scarier is the idea of harm coming to someone who cares about you, supports you. You don't need to worry about me. I'm the child of prophecy. Please just save yourself. So she tried to put on a brave face one last time, like a child lying about being okay. By my command seal! I don't care if you're the child of prophecy or not. Her voice resonated through her back. The fire in her veins spread from her heart down to her fingertips. Just show this thing what you're really made of, MASH! Triple command cell! He'll release! This is how a prophecy is defied. Not even Anisel, who could have seen this scene coming. Yes, that's right. That's exactly right, Master. Mold Camelot! The white walls of Camelot repelled the curse's hands. They proved most effective against it. Its collapse prevented, the Calamity recognized the creature standing before it as its enemy. A small, impudent enemy who had dared protect the land of the Fae in the face of the threat it posed. Come on, Mash. Send this thing packing. The familiar voice jolted her mind. She was no longer Anis, nor the child of prophecy. She was the knight who had inherited the holy shield, the servant of Chaldea. Right, Master. Please, lend me your strength. Together I'm sure we can repel this calamity. May not be the child of prophecy. But right now, in this moment, what I want more than anything is keep this city safe. The girl's name is Mash Curelite. She is the child of prophecy everyone everywhere believed in, and who has finally found something she wanted to fight for herself. Adventurers back there, I'm sure they're having a moment. Let's see. Who to bring to this battle? Astoria is always a good pick. So is Jean. Devilish Mustafa. We'll give you... Good strength, Thirst, critical strength. It's Buster. Yeah, that'll do for you, and for you, Maiden Halloween. Alright, let's tear this thing a new asshole. Grand Battle! Calamity of Norwich.
キラキラしてる。まだ倒れません。
Alright. Trigger that.
にも種類があるのさ。
Trigger this.
ステータスこれで耐えます。
Trigger this.
倒れません。
Boom.
偽装登録。はい。
Boom, boom. Alright. This will get things started.
それはすべての
Lord Camelot!
怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ。ロードキャメロット。ターゲット。足を狙います。
Well, well, well. Why don't we go with this? Run it through, Da Vinci. Then Artoria can do her thing. Max overcharged 500%. Boom, baby. Has an invincibility this turn.
Aren't you precious? Beautiful journey.
準備完了だ。
Lord Camelot, Round of Avalon!
再び行きます。そう、君たちはあらゆる困難を乗り越える。その勝者を今示そう。ビューティフルジャーニー。さあ、行けるとこまで行ってみよう。それはすべての傷、すべての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ。
Never falter! That's Honkai Star Rail. Which is pretty much what we're doing right now.
時の終わり、慣れた剣は彼の手に。霊言なる勝利を刻め。ラウンド・オブ・アバロン。ステータスアップ。これで耐えます。はい、落ち着はい。
Rip into it. Yeah, go mash.
倒します。
All right.
早書きです。カルウェナ。まだ倒れません。黄金律にも種類があるのさ。
Go with this,
これで
and
早書きで
this,
す。カルウェ
and this. So invincible this turn.
ナ。バッチリ。
And then,
オッ
boom.
ケー。任せて。はい。せーの。せーの。ターゲット。
Activate this. Ah.
あと誇りにかけて。落ち着いて。そこです。やっ。
Adorable.
とても楽しかったとも。
Boom,
発
boom,
信
boom.
早く早く行けます。そう、君たちはあらゆる困難を
Might lose to Vinci
その
first.
勝者を今
Have shot in the back, or ready to come in next. I don't know how well she'll do. She's not as well trained as my other Sean. But we shall see.
それはすべての傷、すべての怨恨を癒す
100%. Lord Camelot.
ロード・キャメロット。 再発の
400%.
最後の
Round of
我が
Avalon.
集え円卓の守護者たち。ラウンド・オブ・アバロン。
And moving debuffs. Let's go. UAB.
イーグル輝き撃て丸み上げますいいです私などにまだ倒れませんねえこのアングルバッチリ
Let's go. Boom, boom,
任
boom.
せて了解押し切りますいくよそこです早書きです
That.
カルウェナ
We're gonna cleanse you.
発進準備ふむふむオッケー
Oh, I just realized they had invincibility that turn.
駆
Oops.
け抜けるは前人未到未完の馬よ輝ける轍を残せ人生はとても楽しい
All it gives game to them at least.
芸術とは輝くも頭上注意
Oh, it's only a 2-hit invuln instead of a turn invuln.
ステータスアップこれで耐えますキラキラしてる
Let's go with. Yeah, that'll be fine. Bone,
あり
bone.
さる様相の王と圧倒しますいけますそれは全ての傷全ての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷権限せよロードキャメロット最果ての島罪の都
Proc our shields. Won't be as good as
選択の守護者
could be. It's okay. I wanted to cleanse those debuffs.
輝き
That could be a problem.
ああとても楽しかったとも早書きですカルウェナ 早書きですカルウ
You're
ェナ
invincible. Proc this.
倒れません
And then we're gonna try and run you
見
through.
たいのか圧倒し下がっているように
Probably to Vinci's
どんな
last
嵐
turn.
であろうともどんな未来が待とうともこれを突破するのが私たちの課題
Good hit for it though. Good hit.
そこです
Go, girl. Alright. Another bar broken. Yep, there went Da Vinci.
優雅さがあるといいのです
Has
け
a
ど
guts now. Alright. Let's go with this. To start things off.
いけますそれは全て
Give
の
us some defense,
全
give
て
us
の
some
栄光を癒
shields,
す我らが故郷
and a little bit of arts for
ロ
Jean.
ードキャメロット最果ての島罪の都最後の竜は我がの念集え円卓の守護者たちラウンド・オブ・アーバロンごめんなさい
Proc those shields. Alright, bone,
お手を
bone,
参りま
bone.
すはいすみませんぶつかりますごめんなさい
Alright, looks like he'll end up getting chipped out if I don't do something here.
早書きです
Let's trigger that, and then let's do
下がっている
this.
頑張ります輝き主よ恋願います私に大切な人たちを守る力を弓のしてエテルナン
Hell yeah. Alright, next. Let's
手を
weaken
重ねましょう
their next null phantasm hit here. Oh, I got some. Do this. Trigger this.
早書きです軽上
Make you
早
invincible.
書きです軽上
That should be good. And then we can do boom, boom,
圧
boom.
倒しますステップはそれでといけますそれは全ての傷全ての怨恨を癒す我らが
More damage cut coming up.
宣言せよロードキャメロット
Be gone, weird hand thing.
そこですごめんなさい 倒れません
Alright, now we're gonna go with boom,
また
boom,
参ります
boom.
ね下がっているように
Gonna do a little chance there.
よしです輝きを
Oh, that was close. That was dangerously close. Alright,
お
boom.
手を拝借
Actually, let's go. Doom,
圧倒します
doom,
お
doom.
手を拝借足を狙います
Maybe I should have done John's quick before this too. Oh well.
主よ恋願います私に大切な人たちを守る力を弓のしてエテルナルステータスこれで耐えます
Make you invincible this turn.
倒れません
And then we'll
では一緒に下がっている
charge
よう
up
に
John a little bit.
誇りにか圧倒しますそこですこちらです
Thanks for the damage cut, Mash. Alright, we're gonna pop this over to you.
丸み
And
ア
we're
ドバ
gonna
ンス
do it like
了解
this.
両性の王よ
Now we can cleanse those curses. Proc a shield for the big hit
最
here.
果ての島罪の都最後の竜は我がの念集え円卓の守護者たちラウンド・オブ・アバロン
And there went Castor.
疲れました
Sucks, but it was bound to happen eventually.
優雅さがあるといいのですけど種族の誇りにかけて
Alright, now we're going to proc this, this, and
お
this.
手を拝借
Hopefully get some more shielding going on.
それは全ての傷全ての怨
Get
恨
Jean to live the next turn.
権限せよ
If not, we might be in a bit of a pickle.
キャメロット
Unless I just use one of the event item things.
すみませんぶつかりますごめんなさい
Ooh, oh no, Sean's gonna die. Sean's gonna die. Ooh. Ah, damn it.
すいません
She did a lot of damage cut. That was really giving her the edge, but nope. She fell. Damn it. Alright. Shinji, be a dear and cut this thing in pieces for me. Thank you.
先行く そこに至る
Even having no invo. Let's go, dude.
気づきに気づいた刀塚八重垣作るは戦士の刃知ったら成仏していきな
Just a trifling matter.
まだまだ
You thought that guts was gonna save you?
鳥が
Nah, bitch.
見事な采配です
Damn, once Shinji came out, he just fucking deleted it. I think I was forced as the anchor for a reason, in case you do get this far and you can just one-shot the final bar. Jesus. Get fucked.
No way, Calamity's disappearing. We did it! We really did it, Senpai! I can't believe it. We actually defeated the Calamity.
Sure did, Mash. High five.
Oh, right. This is no time to be celebrating, is it?
It's the exact time to be celebrating.
I'm back, Senpai. I'm so sorry for all the trouble. All I've put you through.
Welcome back, Mash. Don't worry about it. Just glad to see you again. And safe, too. I have a lot of catching up to. That can wait until later. First, I want to introduce you to a local who's been helping us out. Well, she's really part of the team at this point. Oh, there she is. Hey, over here! Artoria, this is Mash, Tiramisu's main servant. Mash is Artoria Caster. She's Tiramisu's owner. This is Lost Belt's King Arthur, child of prophecy and a powerful mage.
Oh, I guess I'm technically child of prophecy, powerful, King Arthur. It's mortifying me calling you that around you when you're so incredibly strong. I'm sorry, there'd been me out there would have knocked me all the way back to the names with one flick of its fingers, so I couldn't do anything against the Calamity. I'm sorry, I'm so weak, I'm sorry. So your name's Artoria and you're the real child of prophecy? Not at all. If anything, I'm the one who should be apologizing for calling myself child of prophecy, even though I didn't know about you at the time and I don't know how I can make it up to you, but hang on, what was that about you owning Senpai? I'm still struggling to make sense of that, and wait, I just realized it must be a ploy to hide the Senpai's from Galdan, and oh, you're teasing me, Da Vinci! Thanks for the run-on sentence, Mash. And now they're friends. That was fast. Ah, look at them hitting it off. I had a feeling they'd get along well despite their differences. Looks like I was right. Anyways, that takes care of the two of our major objectives, killing the Calamity and reuniting with Mash. But there's still one more important thing we have left to do here in Norwich. We have to stab Spruggan. Oh wait, the bell, sorry. That's right, the Bell of Pilgrimage. I think we earned the right to ring it after coming this far, correct? Well, I don't know, I mean, I didn't actually do anything. Let's use smashing Tiramisu to defeat the Calamity. So I don't think I'll call for to ring the bell. That's not true, Artoria. I know you fought with everything you had to protect Norwich. That it was me who defeated Calamity was just a coincidence. Besides, I'm certain it takes more than defeating a Calamity with the Child of Prophecy. All I did was follow my heart just like you were doing. So please, we need to ring the bell. Don't worry. I'll clear it with Spriggan. He better do it or I'm gonna shove him through a wall. Oh, I see. You know exactly what I'm imagining you. From what Tiramisu told me about you. Oh, you really are a great person, aren't you, Mish? Was that thunder? Oh yeah, that's weird. Why is that rain cloud still here, even though we got rid of the Calamity? This is God! What the hell happened to the script? Looks like an eyeball. Look out! Mash? Ow, ow. Now I know what a football feels like. Huh? Mash? Mash? Mash! What? Did you see for herself? She disappeared from knocking you guys out of the way. That was Morgan's water mirror. She usually just uses it against calamities. I don't know why you got... As we're just standing around, you can see it right there. Man, you humans in the other world aren't big on caution, are you? Or is it just how you were taught? Oh well, either way, my job's still the same. Come on, Tiramisu, get your ass off the ground already. Mash is safe, she's just not here anymore. Watermere is a teleportation spell. She's somewhere else in Britain right now. Don't worry, you two will see each other again. I'll be super pissed if you don't. But if you're to make that happen, you need to stand up straight like a proper knight in shiny armor for your bride and do what it needs to be done. Who are you? Oh, it's Habitat. Well, at least you got the spirit. I'd say you just barely passed. You like my Spriggan impression? Nice to meet you, people of Chaldea. I'm Habitat. You can think of me as, let's just say, Masses Manager. I'm a little fairy with a big heart. I'm ready to help you on your journey at no cost to you. But only until you and Mash are reunited, mind you. Anyways, now that we're in the same figurative boat, better be grateful I'm sticking around.
You should be grateful.
Oh man, this food's good. Sherfield never had anything like this. Hey, can I get more of that, biscotti stuff? I love twirling around my fork.
Here I could have one, no, 2 more slices of carrot and colored cakes. Not 2 more slices, 2 whole cakes. I was so sad to see everyone was all said and done by the time I finished my detour around the river and finally made it to Norwich. So if I don't ease my broken heart with natural sweetness, I don't think I'll ever be able to draw a carriage again.
It's great that you guys are able to protect Norwich, and it's great that you have more strange new friends. It sounds like things might have gotten a little more complicated. You were finally reunited, Smashy, only be torn apart yet again. And outside...
The Child of Prophecy! The Child of Prophecy! Child of Prophecy saved Northwich! The Child of Prophecy will defeat the king! We don't have to listen to Morgan anymore! The Child of Prophecy protected us! Now it's our turn to pay her back! No more shipments to Camelot! Send weapons to Ladonium! Long live the Child of Prophecy! Long live the true King of Britain!
You did it, Altoya! You won! True, in fact, between saving Norwich and repelling the Calamity, you might have won a little too much. Now that the fairies of Norwich are completely on the Child of Prophecy's side, the Queen's not gonna just sit and do nothing.
So she's going to start sending her army after us, huh? Now that we've taken care of the Calamity, it's going to be an all-out war with our fairy soldiers.
Hey, Rod, I guess we did kinda openly rebel, didn't we? I'm also worried about Madge, from where Morgan's water mirror might have taken her. And that fairy there just keeps harping on about how Mash is in no immediate danger and that we'll definitely see her again. Well, yeah, it's all the guarantee you're gonna get from the little old habitat, since it's all I know for sure. But I will say that you shouldn't run yourselves ragged looking all over Britain for her just now. Let's just say good things come to those who wait, and joyful evenings may follow sorrowful mornings.
You're just full of sayings, aren't you, Happy Cat?
At any rate, it's not a good idea to go outside without a plan right now. If you're not careful, you could unwittingly end up inciting these fairies further down the path of rebellion. The smartest course of action would be to wait until nighttime, sneak out of Norwich quietly, assuming you have somewhere else to go, of course. Well, we should go back to Salisbury for now.
I don't think that'll be a good idea. Regardless of how we pulled it off, we succeeded in repelling the Calamity and saving Norwich. We can't let the opportunity the victory provided us go to waste. Really, it's a miracle we even have them. Opportunities, I mean. I didn't mention this before because it would have been demotivating, but the prophecy originally not only said the Calamity would be banished, but that Norwich would be destroyed.
I see. You want to meet with Sprig and demand payment for defending Norwich. That's right. We'll be able to tighten the screws while the Norwich ferries are still on our side. Let us ring the bell of pilgrimage, or we'll help your citizens kick you out of power. Let's see what he says to that. But of course, how could I say no to the saviors of Norwich? Something about this ferry. Yes, there's something on my face. No? I see. May I proceed? Thank you. You'll find the bell tower right above us. While I can't show you the way, given my subservience to the Queen, I have no problem with you heading up there and ringing it yourselves. If the matter ever comes up, we can just say I was careless in assigning too light a security detail. If that ever came up and you confirmed that version of events, I'd be very appreciative.
You're the man. He must be downright terrified of his citizens revolting on him. Come on, Otoria, let's go ring that bell and be done with this place. Otoria?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Ringing Norwich's bell would be declaring war on Queen Morgan. And I'm just not ready to do that yet. Besides, I'm not the one who saved Norwich. Mitch is. It's not as though the people of Norwich is really accepting me. Oh, I see. Waiting for just the right time, huh? I can certainly respect that. You're not nearly as naive as you appear, indeed. Ringing the bell here and now would not be the most moral choice. If you wish to rally more soldiers to your cause and be more deliberate with your bloodshed, there are other steps you'll need to take first.
Yeah, like what?
What I'm trying to say is that there are still many fairies who are loyal to the Queen. After all, she has single-handedly protected Britain from the Moors the past 2,000 years. However oppressive her rule may be, her accomplishments speak for themselves. So it wouldn't be right to declare war on her only because the prophecy says you will. First, you need to prove that yours is a side of justice and integrity. If you can't do that, it would make the child of prophecy no less a barbaric invaders than the Saxons. So you're saying we're going to send out a letter explaining our intentions of condemning the Queen for her failures before ringing any bells? That's right. If you were to write such a letter, I would be happy to deliver it to Her Majesty myself. But fortunately, there's also no need for one just yet. As it happens, I just spoke to the Queen. She said, in recognition of the child of prophecy and the foreign visitor's defense of Norwich, notwithstanding the role of luck in your success, I am willing to grant them an audience. I shall treat them as guests. We have accomplished a rare and unusual feat. Should they wish to speak on any particular subject, I will hear them on this occasion. The Queen outright telling us to come see her? Oh, really? Hey, why don't we just jump straight into the pit and save her the trouble of killing us? Okay, I think... What about fry up now? Serve them with chips. Morgan really think we'll fall for such a blatantly obvious trap? I assure you this is no trap. Loose as though she is, the Queen does not believe in does believe in the importance of decorum. If she says she's prepared to welcome you as her guest, you can trust that no harm will come to you. As our supreme monarch, her every word carries a great deal of weight. If it didn't, she could have never united all 6 clans under her rule.
No, I see. We can't start a war against her without declaring it first. And the Queen can't kill the child of prophecy without a damn good reason. Especially now she's gone and saved Norwich. Politically speaking, she's got to prove the justice of her rule just as we have to prove the opposite. Which means it comes down to what each side has to say. Sounds like it's worth taking her up on this invitation. I agree with more of Masa. Besides, I really want to know more about the Queen herself. So far, all we really know about Morgan is her name. I'd like to speak with her directly, so I can find out what she thinks and what it is she really wants. That said, if we're going, we'll of course need assurance that we'll be able to leave safely, too. So, she'll need a promise that our troop will remain in place for a while if the meeting doesn't go at all that well. Naturally. In fact, she's already promised as much. It's all in her letter, which my fellow clan heads all received copies of. What do you think, Tamisu? If our safety's guaranteed, we should definitely go give her a piece of our mind. Why do you sound like you were set to pick a fight? Think about it. She wouldn't do this if she thought you were an actual threat. Oh, that's why you're so upset. Okay, let's do it.
Honestly, I'm pretty pissed off too. What the hell does she mean, notwithstanding the role of luck in your success? There's no luck involved. Mesh and I both worked super hard to save this town. I see. Okay. If that's all sure about this, maybe accepting his invitation is the right move. But Satori's decision not to ring the bell at this point also makes sense to me this way. If she had rung the bell, it would be officially made the Queen and Child of Prophecy political enemies. And then this invitation would be moot. Isn't that right, Spriggan? I'm afraid you'll have to draw your own conclusions there. I'm not at liberty to comment. Oberon, was it? I don't think I've seen a fairy like you in Britain before. You're quite a nuisance, aren't you? Very well then, I'll send a messenger to the court's house tomorrow. They'll take you to meet with the Queen's troops, who will be waiting for you outside the city. So the Queen's own troops are going to escort it to Camelot, huh? Can I ask who's leading those troops? Of course, you'll be escorted by the 1st Royal Knight, Moore's Extermination Brigade, led by Captain Gawain. That's right, Tomlin Gawain herself will provide you with all the safe passage to Camelot. Okay, but how do you know what the Saxons were? What was that, Lady Spinel? I couldn't hear you very well. What was that? What was it that happened to the black armored child of prophecy again? She's dead. Dead's a door now. Mother's water mirror got her in Norwich. They say she vanished completely, armor and all. Not so much as a finger left behind. What a joke, right? Sure, she was literally strong. Didn't even last a second against Mother. Guess I won't get to torture her anymore. Oh, Beryl, something wrong. Say something I shouldn't have. Is that all? I'm not worried about that news, Lady Spinel. It's such obvious misinformation, not even created enough to be interesting. Huh? But isn't Mash your girlfriend? How can it not be noteworthy if she's dead? Simple, she just vanished, right? No body, no death. Besides, I might end up dying before her. No way Mash would ever die before me, never. That's just not how good the god of romance rolls. She might end up taking a long, circuitous road to get here, but eventually Mash will make her way to me. After all, she and I are destined to be together. Man, even Boa still looks concerned there. I know it was from a different statement, but like... Pick me the fuck up, Beryl. I didn't think that was possible. Alright, that was the end of Act 1.
私も終わりに近づいていますね。先輩は今回も無事に。
Alright, I'm gonna take a moment to pee. I will BRB. Alright, I'm back. Since we still have some of my usual stream time left, let's start a little bit on part 2. Or Act 2. Extra, extra, extra! Up from the deck, Da Vinci's Typhon is back. Thanks, Marine. Let Typhon rest up in her cage until we're done writing our response. Scans for hazardous substances and contaminants are clear. The report from Da Vinci. Director Mollusk Holmes, if you would.
Very well, let's have a look. I see. Oh, fascinating. Out of the fairy clans, Calamity's mysterious fairy horse going by Red a bit. Yes, this report has proven to be yet another scintillating array of tidbits. Care to read it yourself, Goldoff?
Yes, of course. I'm Cadet's director after all. It's my role to stay abreast of all our latest developments. If you'll pop down, Captain, Marines, and put a fouet, I'll read it out loud so you can follow along. Alright, to start off, let's go over what we know about Fairy Britain thus far. Previously on Fate Grand Order. Fairy Britain, aka the 6 Lost Belts, a dangerous place. No electronic devices can function. Damasu, Kando's resident master and special investigations officer, her exclusive servant, Master Light, our technical advisor, Leonardo da Vinci, and Tristan the Seven, who was summoned out of nowhere, all set foot on Britain together. However, upon entering the Fey Domain himself, or the Fey Domain, notice the name with swords, they forgot their own names and memories and ended up separated. Damasu awoke in the village of Cornwall, where she made contact with the local fairy, Artoria Kester, who had come to aid Kildare in our mission. Thanks to her and Tristan, Damasu escaped from the nameless woods, where she met another collaborator by the name of Oberon, the Fairy King. They began her investigation in earnest. After reuniting with Da Vinci, Damasu began gathering information on Fairy Britain, with a focus on anything that might lead her to Mashkirloi. This Lost Belt King is Morgan, a fairy who's been ruled for the past 2,000 years. The fairy who populated it are divided into 6 clans, and they also control the human population. There are creatures known as Moors, who are fairy natural predators. There are also Tomlin, fairy knights who possess the names of heroic spirits from proper human history. There are calamities that occur every 100 years and great calamities that occur every 1,000. And there is a figure called the Child of Prophecy, who is said to be the one who will defeat Morgan. After undertaking a pilgrimage that rings 6 bells kept by each head of the 6 clans, she will then go on to defeat Morgan and become the true king of Britain. Naturally, as you can imagine, Damasu would never let her do something like that on her own, so she proposed a partnership with Artoria Kester without even waiting for my orders. So now we're obliged to lend the Child of Prophecy our full support in order to defeat our common enemy Morgan. In the toys to the last report, Damasu's team met with Aura, the head of the Wind Clan, had a run-in with Tomlin Gawain at a ranch for Kip and Emons. Fought Tomlin and Tristan in an auction house where they also rescued Sinjimor Morsa, a servant disciple of the Foreign God. Met with Murian, head of the Wind Clan, encountered Queen Sky in yet another new outfit that we aren't going to give to you because fuck you players. No Spiritron outfit for any of the Queen Skies, even if they are all really good. And had yet another local fairy by the name of Gareth and a mysterious fire horse called Red Brit join their team. After a series of adventures, including a battle against the Drakov at the River of Tears, Damasu team finally arrived in the city of Norwich. There should they encounter but Mashkirloi, whom the local fairies believe to be the Child of Prophecy. No matter how many times I reread this part, it still doesn't make sense to me. How did Kirloi come to be known as the Child of Prophecy? And what in the world is a Habitat? All this report could respond to questions. But since it can't, we'll just have to use our imaginations to fill in the gaps. I'm guessing Caroline had her own share of troubles after escaping the nameless woods. At one point, she probably ended up saving some people, fairies up in the northern part of Britain, which probably led to them regarding her as a hero. At any rate, the report also says that Tamasu's team made contact with the crypto Peppuccino, who's been laying low in Norwich. After numerous mishaps, the Calamity of Norwich finally appeared. Fortunately, with Kadia's help, the child of prophecy was able to defeat this calamity. However, shortly after Massacre Light had finally been reunited with Tamasu, she was whisked away to parts unknown by a mysterious phenomenon, separating her from Tamasu once again. There is no time to grieve this unfortunate turn of events. I'm certain Tamasu would agree. But you see, in a surprising turn of events, she and Artoria were invited to Camelot, home of King Arthur, their improper human history, and location of the evil castle in Fairy Britain by High Queen Morgan herself. Very Morgan, who possesses Wrongholm Midian, a powerful spell that could be used to fight the foreign god, and one of our main objectives in coming to this lost belt in the first place. Now, Tamasu, Da Vinci, Artoria, Gareth, Muramasa, and Habitat have accepted Morgan's invitation and are setting out for Camelot first thing tomorrow. And that's all she wrote. Now, do you all feel sufficiently caught up? Yeah, we got most of it. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna head back to our post now. Sounds like things are pretty crazy out there again. I hope Mash is okay.
Not to mention, Da Vinci's report was quite upbeat, so if nothing else, we'll be certain that Mash is safe. The real problem here is this water-meter spell of Morgan's. According to the data enclosed, along with the report, it would seem that those dark clouds of the city north, which were in a calamity pool, were one of Morgan's spells. Hard to believe she was able to remotely control such a powerful spell for over 100 kilometers away. Between this Watermere and Wrongholm Midian, it's clear she's a powerful enemy on par with any of the other Lawspell kings we've seen. I'm afraid I don't know much about Morgan's legend. Can I ask you to fill me in?
I only know her story from proper human history, but if you'll settle for that, then sure. Alright, let's start with her general background. According to British myth, she's a good fairy of the lake. In the legend of King Arthur, she's depicted as an evil witch and bent on destroying him. Morgan was the child of the Duke of Tingangle and Lady... God, this name. Igarine? Igene? I got no idea. And later became King Arthur's half-sister after her mother married King Arthur. Yes. That's totally what happened. But despite their family ties, she grew jealous of him and began plotting all sorts of wickedness to make his life miserable. Some of her most notable misdeeds include stealing the sacred sword scabbard and seducing Lancelot. The worst thing is, she did was trick King Arthur into impregnating her with Mordred, who she later sent to join the Round Table. There were a lot of factors leading to the downfall of King Arthur's kingdom, but Morgan's definitely the one who tipped it over the edge.
Paradoxically, there are also those who believe another side of Morgan was devoted protecting King Arthur. Those theories claim that Morgan and Vinene, the Lady of the Lake who gave King Arthur the sacred sword and protected him in death, are in fact the same person.
Sounds like her lust for power led her to become a femme fatale who ruined an entire nation. So what the Magecraft world's consensus on her, there must be more to her story than what's commonly known.
Indeed, there is. I went through the database myself to receive our technical advisor's first report. There was one bombshell right out the gate, and it related to her birth. Turns out Morgan was not actually the Duke of Tengale's daughter. That was only a pretense. She was actually the child of Lady Egerine and King Arthur, the rightful king of Britain. More stunningly still, Morgan was never human. Instead, she was a fey child, an offspring of the Isle of Britain, just like Vortigern, the cowardly king. But apparently Morgan kept that fact secret, and pretended to be merely a normal human child. Still, with King Arthur as her father and the absence of a rightful heir, she would have been the next in line for the throne. But then her rightful heir did appear. Once Artoria, King Arthur was accepted by the Sacred Sword and united the lords of Britain under her leadership, Morgan stopped hiding her mystics, that is, the power of fey nature, and started poisoning Camelot every chance she could. Told herself Artoria is nothing more than a human king made so by other humans. I'm Britain's true king. I alone deserve to inherit its mystics. Goodness knows what would have happened if we could all just get along. I mean, imagine an invincible King Arthur backed up by his really powerful sister. Wouldn't that have been awesome? You know, instead of being at each other's throats. Maybe this wouldn't have gone on so far south if they actually got along. For, you know, more than on one night. This conviction of hers grew to the point that eventually came to despise her father, King Arthur. Her sister, Artoria, and every human who refused to obey her. It was a major factor in the decision to try and destroy Britain. Why did King Arthur's once noble older sister Morgan become Camelot's greatest enemy in her later years? Apparently that's the answer.
Yep, even after she had settled on the Queen of Orkney, she still plotted Camelot's downfall from afar. Or in the Knights of the Round Table, Gawain and Gareth and Agravain were Morgan's children. Mordred was, well, I don't know if I should say this without them here, but some experts say they were actually a homunculus Morgan created, or maybe a clone of King Arthur.
Particulars like that aside, it sounds pretty clear that she was an enemy of King Arthur. I think in Fate, they go the homunculi route that she extracted DNA from Artoria somehow. If memory serves on Fate lore. With the witch who tried to destroy all of Britain. What was about the supposed side of her that was focused on keeping King Arthur safe?
An excellent question, Captain. There was numerous Arthurian legends, and each of them described Morgan differently. One claimed she was King Arthur's noble sister, another claimed she was Lady of the Lake, and another claimed she's been a goddess of Britain since ancient times. Needless to say, each claim would seem to rule the others out as a possibility. Common sense would dictate that one of these theorems is correct, the others refer to someone else entirely. But I believe they are in fact all true, and that Morgan is possessed of three aspects. Given that she was born under supernatural circumstances, I surmise that her human side, her fairy side, and part of her that was Britain's own avatar all existed simultaneously. But as these parts of her are essentially inconceivable within a single entity, I suspect each of these aspects became an independent being. One was her human side, Arturia's kind older sister Morgan. Another was her fairy side, Vienna, the Lady of the Lake. And the third was the avatar of Britain, Morgan le Fay. We assume that to be the case. Everything makes sense. The Knights of the Round Table then did not bring her to justice because she was both good and evil.
Now I see. Okay, I'm convinced. But hang on, isn't Vivian another name for Nimra, the fairy who imprisoned Merlin?
Yes, it is. Morgan is both King Arthur's rival and Merlin's greatest enemy. Though Merlin was the one who taught Vivian maidcraft, her infatuation with him may eventually led her despising him and ultimately stealing him away. To do so, she employed a great bounded field in the form of the sarcophagus spell inscribed with the words, "Only those free of sin may pass," as an incubus, not even Merlin could escape it. It was a spell from the Age of Gods known as Garden, which could eventually only be used by the avatar of a mystic. While it's still unclear how much of Lost Belt Morgan has in common with Morgan from proper human history, it would seem prudent to assume she has more weapons at her disposal than Rongo Midian alone.
First it's the Lion King in Jerusalem, now it's Morgan and Fairy Britain, huh? I swear, why are we always getting mixed up with Arthurian legends? I mean, I can understand this case when we're Britain now and all, but still, it's almost like this series started with this shit. I mean, what are we gonna do if Albion shows up next? I don't think even the Stormborder would have a chance.
Albion?
That is what the Isle was known as in ancient times, before it became called Britain. Though of course the name also refers to something else in the Magecraft world. There it refers to the last pure-blooded dragon, Albion. An extinct phantasmal who remained on the island of Britain even as the Age of Gods came to end. The creature, as we call dragons today, are simply animals who happen to acquire some of the dragon genes left behind by the dragonkin who went over to the reverse side of the world. and ended up adopting the dragon's way of life while preserving their own. With the exception of Albion's corpse, not a single pure-blooded dragon is left on this planet.
Yes, what they say, the clock tower, isn't it? Quite a romantic notion, that. That is all it is, and Albion is one in a long list of fairy tales. More importantly, it's not now been 28 days since we began this mission. Thanks to the concentrated field essence and our technical advisors been sitting along with the reports, we now have magical energy to spare, which would let us remain here past our initial 50-day estimate. Perhaps we should advise them to stop by the border.
True, maybe we should. Ideally, I was hoping to complete this mission within 30 days, but that clearly is not going to happen. That said, we still don't know exactly when the collapse is going to begin, so we shouldn't be too quick to change our time limit. We can still stick to our initial plan. We still have 17 days left to complete the mission. Do you think Tiramisu's team can pull off in that time frame, Holmes?
Well, according to Da Vinci's report, it would seem the circumstances are nearly all in place. If their meeting with the High Queen Walken ends peacefully, she'll prove willing to share information about Rongo Mediated with them. They can then devote the rest of their time to investigating the collapse.
And then if it doesn't end peacefully?
Now that it is, though allotted with the child of prophecy, war is all but inevitable. We already know the extent of Fairy Britain's military power. If O'Toole is able to complete her pilgrimage and muster the significant anti-Queen force, the battle for Camelot will be decided in a single day. I suspect that battle will take place in 16 days at the earliest, just barely within our deadline.
I can hear people singing the Child of Prophecy's song in the streets. I shall speak now of a future of the Isles of Mystic, which come to be known as Fairyland. I don't know what tune, and none of this rhymes. Let the innocents return. Here stands the Queen's unknowable castle. It falls like rain, like ash. It vanishes like snows, like lies. Our desires languish, deferred. Even now we dance the palm of the Queen's hand. We require now only a little more patience. After 2,000 years, the dawn shall bring the child who will bring your salvation. She shall be the child who saves the world, who binds both peoples together. Even her light begins as but an ember. Even should no one see it, she will become as a flame to draw moths. A city of iron, a sea of soot. When this calamity recedes, her pilgrim begins. Chosen by the staff of selection, the Savior, guarded by the travelers from afar, shall reach the throne. The true king shall arrive at the throne, accept now this bloodied crown. Ring, ring, like raging thunder, like weeping flame, let us hearken through the 6 bells ringing, blaze the path of the true king. Ere the red calamity catches us, ere the black calamity devours us. Indolent and derocult though we may be, we are the scions of the free fae. Never have we wished for anything, but still we desire a shining future. There's no mention of Norwich being destroyed in that song, so why did Oberon say there's nothing anyone can do to stop it from its destruction? I wonder, they know more of this song than everyone else.
I do, as a matter of fact. A prophecy actually has 18 verses in total. Most fairies are only familiar with the 14 we just heard. There are actually 4 more.
I knew it. Why didn't you tell us this sooner, Oberon?
I just forgot to mention it, okay? I'm sorry. Can we just please drop it?
You just bolster your way through mistakes, you know.
You're right, but I don't want to lie either. It's hard on me. Alright, I'll tell you.
These are the other 4 voices of prophecy, at least as I've heard them. 8.5. The harbor shall return to the empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky.
9.4. The round fortress shall burn. The bell of water shall appear. 10.5. Confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine. 12.5. Having fulfilled the role of the child of prophecy, she says farewell to her throne, to her home. As you see, these verses are a lot more ominous. In the fact they're not very precise for a prophecy might be why they were exercised. Or exceeded? Case in point, verse 8.5. The harbour shall return to the empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. The harbour is obviously Norwich, and the empty shore part must mean the city were going to be wiped off the coast. So I steel myself to lose Norwich even if we were able to repel the calamity, but well, Norwich didn't fall. Is it because another child of prophecy appeared? Good boy! Basically proves that all of Inertial's prophecies are perfect, especially for those four voices. I decide I'm just not going to worry about them anymore. Now, on a more important note, you guys need to get going soon. Between Altoria, Gareth, Moormoss, and Habitat, I think we should all be safe without me. I hope you don't mind if I go off on my own again. More information gathering? Partly, yes, but I also really want to give Spriggan his comeuppance. So I thought I'd stay here, work with the Count, and knock him down a peg or 2 dozen until he hits rock bottom. Besides, we would have reunited with Mash much sooner if he hadn't insisted on keeping the child of prophecy in his castle. Don't you think he deserves at least a little punishment for that? I think he deserves a lot. Yes, leave it to me. Bloodshed may not be Fairy King style, but I can definitely bleed him dry financially. Before we leave, there's something I need to let you all know. Let me guess. Or, sorry, wrong voice. Let me guess, Oberon's good off on his own again, right? I didn't feel he might.
Gotcha. Well, I guess we won't have all this to stick together all the time. Not like he's much help in combat.
I'm sure Oberon will be fond of his own, but how come Retta isn't here either? He's day behind too. Technically he's still Aura's retainer after all. And it wouldn't be good for her if he was seen with us right now. So I'm gonna have him stay here with Oberon and bring the carriage if he needed. I see, that makes sense, but you there, the pink fairy, Habitat, right? Are you coming with us too? I mean, the way to Camelot's probably pretty dangerous, so...
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just think of me as a spectator along for the ride. In fact, you should probably be more worried about yourselves than me, Gareth. I'm the irreplaceable healer every party needs in combat, and I'm probably stronger than you too. Don't worry, Tamarazu. I'm not gonna let you die before you and Mash are reunited. Feel free to wade into battle all you like. As long as you don't die, I can patch you up with my magic needle, no matter what horrific injuries you sustain. That sounds both very close to and very far from Nightingale's preferred treatment methods. Nightingale, is this one of my people? Nightingale? That's a nice fairy name. You already know a nurse as cute as me, huh? Cute isn't the word I'd use. She's very pretty. But you are more on the cute side. So, I mean, I guess it's cute whenever her stone cold expression breaks. Makes it shows emotion. But that's like a gap moe thing. That's like a different classification. Look, we're just not gonna get into it, Avatrat.
Quiet, everyone. Here comes the Queen's troops from the main gate.
Yeah, we gotta hang with Bargath for a while.
I apologize for a 10-minute delay.
I'm Tomlin Gawain,
and there are 30 members of the 1st Royal Nightmares Extermination Brigade. We are the ones who'll be providing you, honored guest of Camelot, with safe passage.
Thank you for your help.
We would appreciate your cooperation as well. Being aware that you're being escorted can make life much easier for the soldiers escorting you after all. We have readied a carriage for the Child of Prophecy and the Foreign Mage. Your retainers will need to walk. I trust that's alright.
You're that scoundrel who tried to assassinate the High Queen! How are you still alive? I saw you fall to the pit!
I got better. Oh, that? Yeah, Lancelot handed me my ass and tossed me right into the pit. This shit wouldn't have happened if I was still a saber, you know. Fucking foreign gods interference. But unfortunately for you, I managed to survive, and now I'm the Child of Prophecy's bodyguard. Next time you see Lancelot, tell her not to take your eyes off a servant until their spirit origin's completely gone. You know what they say, if a servant doesn't glitter away, they're A-OK.
What the hell does that even mean?
Don't worry about it.
What should we do, Lady Gawain? We're really okay letting this man back at the Camelot. What if he tries to assassinate the Queen again?
It's alright if he dies, he won't have the element surprise anymore. I can take him myself. So, especially now the Queen's assured me not to worry if combat damages or destroys the castle.
Yeah? Hey, that's great. You barely fit in the palace anyway. Should help you move around better. Next time we fight, I'd rather just be head to head without either of us holding anything back.
Guess the Child of Prophecy is something of an eye for talent after all. However much of her other retainers suggest otherwise. Hello! Like this person that seems to be looking at me with a lustful eyes. That'd be me! And then there's two of them with a blank expression. Just Havatron and Gareth standing there. And then that one is concerning. Looking at Da Vinci. Fine, you there. Make room in one of the carts for our guest. The servants can ride with the foreign mage. Treating those to his honored guest. At least until we reach the castle will help us all move faster.
Yes, my lady, right away.
I'll be taking the western roads to Camelot and spending one night at Oxford along the way. We'll then take a detour around the pit towards Camelot. The next 2 days our fates shall be intertwined. Hey, I said the thing. We'll not turn our swords on each other regardless of what may happen. Do you agree to that, foreign mage?
Of course.
Good, then let us be off. Soldiers, do not let your guard down simply because it's an escort mission. The Calamity's destruction has led to Moors toxin and spreading far and wide across Britain. Eliminate any Moors you come across immediately upon discovery. I don't want to hear even a peep of discomfort from our guest. Alright, and that's where I'll wrap things up. So, let's see about someone to raid. Oh, Nico's streaming. He's doing a late Halloween stream. Bitchin'. Alright, everyone. I'd like to wish you all a fond farewell, and thank you for stopping by. If you like this, of course, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because it really helps me out. I'll be back on Monday, so don't miss me too much. We're gonna go raid Nico B if this works. And be sure to be on your best behavior, everyone. Until next time, though, fare thee well.